Alright gang, I'm going to show you how to take data for our lab today. Walk you through the process a little bit. You can pause this video at any time if you need to catch up or anything like that. So first thing we want to do is be able to go to the online tone generator page. So you can find that link in today's folder. And notice that it's already set to 440. We want to be able to play a pretty loud sound so we can drown out any background noise we might have. So just kind of, I'm putting this about 3/4 of the way up and have my computer turned up pretty high. You can play around with that. And of course, you can stop it anytime when it's driving you crazy. It tends to drive my pet dog Ranger absolutely nuts, so I have to make sure I'm not in the room with him. So we want to record this sound. So we're going to use the Phyphox app, hopefully that you've been able to download to your phone. So open it up and navigate to, like, say, acoustics, and you can see that the third file down is audioscope. We're going to click on audioscope and it brings up a window. So again, if I press on this, I can see my voice and I can pause, right, and capture 10 milliseconds worth of data. So we're going to play the tone, and I'm going to put my phone close enough to my computer, kind of move it back and forth till I'm getting a really stable wave pattern that's not changing very much. Okay, so here we go. So I'll press my phone to start. I'm taking data, right, but it's only going to be 10 milliseconds worth, and here we go. Oh. So pretty quick, right? So now I've got my data in audioscope. I've got a nice wave pattern that looks pretty uniform and pretty even. So now the question is, how do I get this data out of the audioscope file to my computer and into Logger Pro? So if you take a look at the three dots up to the upper right near the trash can, right in the app, I'm going to click on that, and I want to export data. Okay, so I'm going to click Export Data, and I'm going to choose the comma decimal point. All right, it's called CSV comma decimal point format. I'm going to export the data, and then it's going to give me a chance of how I want to get it to myself. So you can probably airdrop it. Maybe that's the easiest way. Notice it's saving it as a zip archive. So just in case you don't know how to airdrop, I'll mail it to myself here. Okay, and I'll just say sound file. Okay, you can label it whatever you want, and I will email it to myself. Okay, so now you'll be coming back and doing this process later by changing the frequency, or you can make your own frequency with an instrument if you want to. So what I'm going to do is, I don't need my phone anymore, so what I'm going to do is just come back here and minimize my browser, and I am going to get rid of my phone. Okay, and so now I can see here's my sound file, and I'm just going to come in and I'm going to drag my file right to the desktop. Alright, there it is. Now I can get rid of my email too so we can see what's going on here. So here, notice how it says zip file. If I click on this, right, if I double click, what's going to happen is it'll expand that file, and it made another one called the CSV file. That's the one that I'm going to want to import into Logger Pro. So all you do is open up Logger Pro. And again, I call it, right now it says audiodata.csv. Okay, so here's what we do in Logger Pro. What you want to do is, I think it's not screen recording this part, but up on the very top of your computer where you have the Logger Pro menus, under File, open up File, and you want to import. And you want to import from CSV. And then on your desktop, if that's where you put it, then you can find the audio data, or you could rename it if you wanted to, right? It's .csv. We'll hit open, and it should import. There it is. So now we've got it in Logger Pro. You can title your Logger Pro, and we can analyze the graph. So the analysis and what you want to do with the analysis is all in the lab write-up. It's pretty clear on what to do. But you can take things, so for instance, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 peaks here, right? So we could find the period of a wave by counting the period of 4 peaks. And so for instance, your delta t is going to be right down here. X is our time axis in milliseconds. So the delta X is going to be the delta T in milliseconds. And you can divide that by 4, and that would be the period of one wave, for instance. And from that, you can get the frequency. You can also get the delta Y, right? You can go from peak to peak here and get the amplitude by doing a measurement like that as well. And then eventually what we want to do is do a curve fit. So the kind of curve fit you're going to be doing is, looks like a sine wave, right? So we want to come up, scroll down. You're going to be able to choose sine wave, try fit, and here you get your parameters. And it shows you in the lab write-up what to do with your parameters right here and how to get values for the modeled sine wave. Looks like a pretty good fit, huh? All right. So that's how you use the Audioscope app, the online tone generator, and Logger Pro to get your data. All right, have fun, gang.